Hello again everybody and welcome back. We're back of course after a little holiday off in Greece and a lot to get up to date with. And today we're kicking it off straight into the deep end with the A330neo that's only just been released very recently actually while I've been away. A freeware mod built from the ground up for Microsoft Flight Simulator by Headwind. And here we are in one of their own liveries, a 4K texture included in the package, and we're flying Condor today from Dusseldorf, Dusseldorf Airport in Germany, down to Palma de Mallorca. Bakazato, hey to you, welcome, and hello to everybody else in the live chat. DC Mole, yeah, it's going to be interesting actually. I'm not really sure what to expect. I haven't tried to fly this yet. I'm literally jumping straight in and giving it a go. Michael, hello to you as well. Very warm welcome back to all of our bronze, silver and gold frequent flyers, of course. Gadget, hello, thanks. It's good to be back. So, I mean, this externally this looks fantastic. I think it uses stable 0.6 of the fly-by-wire mod, which is going back in time a little bit, but they're hoping to get support for 0.7 very soon. So it's going to be really interesting actually to see how that progresses. But it looks absolutely fantastic on the outside. Little chocks and things dotted around and the conage around the engine cowlings there. And they disappear. Look at the engines. Fantastic. They disappear when we get the beacon on as well. That looks pretty cool. Steve's saying she flies pretty well. That's always good to hear. I've loaded her up quite heavy today actually. I think our V-speeds, V1's like 154 or something. Lauren V, good morning. I don't know, I literally, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but you're literally seeing this for the first, well, I'm seeing this for the first time and having a good look at it, apart from the thumbnail that I created very quickly yesterday after getting back from holiday. Alberto, hello to you, welcome. I should have my cap soon actually, my British Av Geek baseball cap, which I'm looking forward to. It does look brilliant, doesn't it? It does look really very good. It's nice to see the engines spinning as well. That does add to the immersion somewhat. I mean, I think we can all agree that the outside is pretty good, especially for a freeware thing. The only thing I've not been able to do at the moment, oh look at that, they're even spinning at different speeds. Whoop, there we go. The only thing I've not been able to do is actually set up wing views. I'm not sure if anyone else has managed to or not, but we'll give it a go. Michael, thank you very much. Really good holiday actually. Certainly not too much of a problem with travel restrictions and things in place. Very easy actually, surprisingly. Little bits of paperwork in between, but all good. Fets, no worries. Ian, good afternoon. I hope you're well. There's wing flex on this apparently as well. We're going to have a little look at that as we depart and things, hopefully too. Ken, interesting. So it's a little bit like the 787 perhaps then, ground handling wise. Those of you in the live chat who have already been using it, let us know what your thoughts are in the live chat, in the comments. A321X style cockpit, of course, which we're all familiar with, and Bruce, the flight deck first officer, flying along with us today. It's actually quite nice that they've added that in. Very familiar, of course, so that's obviously the Airbus concept. But I've been unable to get external views. So you can punch through the flight deck door, and then you get like a low poly wing there. Same with the outside of the actual cockpit. If I show you guys this, this is as far as I've been able to get that. It's a little bit strange. Andy, that's interesting because I've loaded her up quite heavy, so we'll see how we go. Got 20,000 kilos of fuel. That's nice and light for the tanks, but our gross weight's 220.6 tons. V1 at 157, rotate 158, and V2 162. So going to be interesting. Lauren, it's part of the A330 mod. One thing that's a bit weird is the fact they've taken the landing light switch off here, but the beacon light, when you turn that on, it then removes all the ground equipment around the edge as well, which is quite cool. Good to hear others are having issues as well with the views. How have we all been? Hope we've all been well. It's been like 12 days I think away, so It's nice to be back. It's good to have a little break, of course, as well. Navigraph for us today, serving us well, as always. And we're there with Bravo 6 for the gate today at Dusseldorf. And taxi, going to push back onto Papa 4, out of Papa 4, Papa 3. And then we're going to go on to Mike, all the way down to Lima 1 for that hold there. And then departing 2-3 left. After departure, we've got the Modru 1 Tango departure there. Quite a tricky one, actually, so it's going to be interesting to see, performance-wise, how this all handles. We're going to depart, and 3 miles later, when we hit the Dusseldorf NDB, it's going to be a right turn, max 210 knots, until established on a 320-degree track. Climbing really steep, actually, all the way, because that's 20 miles, 8 miles, 11 miles, so within about 35-ish miles or so, we've got to be over flight level 210. At Modru, and a couple of people that have tried this over the last few days within our Discord server said that's actually quite a bit of a challenge. So we're going to see if we can configure the aircraft to meet that restriction today, and just see how it works with this tight sweeping sort of double turn within the standard instrument departure. We've got the Dusseldorf NDB tuned, we've got the Dusseldorf VOR tuned of 115.15, and then we've also got the Munchen Gladbach 109.8 tuned as well, and that all works as well as it does with the A330neo, so it's always good to see. And we're on Volanta as well. Sean, yeah, give it a go. It'd be interesting to see what those of you who haven't flown it yet, it'd be interesting to see what you all think too. The only thing I've had to do is restart the flight, so I've spawned in, I've restarted because I couldn't get the V-speeds to work, and that all seemed to be a little bit locked, but a quick little restart thanks to Basil in our Discord server has got it working again, so thanks to that. Good tip. Zorgmeister, hello, welcome back, and it's the Just Sim Dusseldorf. Now, when we get to the other side, Palma, we're going to be checking out the final new release version of the JustFlight Palma de Mallorca scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator as well, so that's going to be really exciting. We checked it out with a really early preview actually quite a few weeks ago, so it'll be good to see how that's progressed, and I'll discuss a couple of the bugs that they're going to be fixing in updates coming soon when we get there too. Oh. It's Andreas.
Last pieces of luggage are just loaded and then we can depart. Further information concerning weather and flight progression during the flight. And in the meanwhile, I hope you feel already comfortable aboard. Thank you for your attention.
Winds 2608, variable between 240 degrees and 300 degrees. All the nines, scattered cloud at 800 and at 4500. 13 degrees in a QNH 1018 now. Let's change those. Oh, that's good job, I checked that. 1018, 1018. Witek, hello, welcome. Palma, it is, yes, it's out on the JustFlight website now. Let's double check this. Good. Also got a little warning there for weather becoming 330 at 8, so potentially we're going to have a bit of a crosswind for us as well, departing 23 left, 8 knots. So it's going to be interesting seeing how this all works. Dusseldorf traffic, Condor 2 Alpha Tango is at Bravo 6, push and start, facing north onto Papa 4.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Beacon. I have seen actually, let's go to this view. Apparently, oh there we go, everything's disappeared, all the ground equipment, look, we're ready to go. This is looking good. The volumetric lights look fantastic as well. Lauren, finally made my decision for what ATC sector I want to join, start Cleveland Center, wow, okay, awesome. And yeah, definitely, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Detroit, that sounds good. I'm not sure actually, Reese. I think it's not too far off actually, to be fair.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is
Minus a couple of things.
All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
So apparently during pushback, this toolbar pushback might drop the aircraft a couple of
Standing
times.
by for pushback.
Ah, Michael, awesome. Yeah, you're Alpha 7. Oh, are we still going up? This is a bit worrying. I think we are, aren't we? let's start getting back, shall we?
Cockpit to
Throttle
ground.
goes a bit tits up.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
We are. Let's go
Okay, cleared for
before the
push start.
tug flies us about.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback.
Ah, so you guys are
Start
saying
the engine.
flaps 2 might be required.
It will start in the sequence.
Oh man, why do I feel like we're about to get dropped on our nose?
Ground.
Pushback
Please
completed.
cancel
Reset
pushback
your parking
operation.
brake. Roger, pushback cancelled.
Ah. Okay,
Cockpit to ground.
this is what I heard was a bug. It's not really,
Ground, stand
it's
by.
just a problem between the two.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed. Please set parking brakes.
So Meister, yeah, it is a bit, isn't it?
Parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
So I'm not actually going to turn the other engine on yet because I want to see what it looks like from the outside. So we've heard the sounds on the
Standing
inside a
by
little
for
bit.
pushback.
Let's go before we go Thunderbirds all
Go ahead.
Thunderbirds
We are
are go.
cleared for start and push. Parking brakes set.
JNLL, it does, yes.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Come on,
Commencing
don't drop
pushback.
me.
You can start the engines in sequence.
Don't drop me.
It will start in the sequence.
I was like, where's that Condor gone? But I realised we've been lifted up so much. David A, hello, welcome. Hope you're okay. And Alec Broadbent, nice. Been gold frequent flyer now for 3 months. Thanks for your ongoing support. Taroni, welcome. Wow.
Okay,
Ground.
pushback
Please
completed.
cancel
Please
pushback
set your parking
operation.
brake. Roger, pushback canceled.
Yeah, let's get rid of pushback. We'll just get rid of that one. See you later. And we'll do a reverse thrust pushback with one engine. This is easier, isn't it? You wouldn't even know. This is like the is it the MD-80s, the Mad Dogs in Dallas. When you see on YouTube videos, they push back using the reverse thrusters themselves. We're being inspired by those. Burning extra fuel though. If you're new to the channel and you're just tuning in for the first time, very warm welcome to you. Do consider clicking that subscribe button while you're here.
This is report the Condor Blue Alpha Tango stand from back station 1.
She looks great. It's just taken a bit longer than I thought it would have done. Right, let's use this view so we can still see what we're doing. Let's get engine 1 started. Probably not ideal starting them like this though. So let's just pause. Looks so good. There we go. Looking good. He's not impressed. He's out of the way. Right. Now we've got both. Not sure why it's laggy. Hopefully we can figure that out in a second. Brilliant. Yeah, it's a little bit more wishy-washy, isn't it? Spooled up, but you know what? It's free. It looks pretty good for what it is, I guess. Push back with reverse thrust. Rather inspirational. Right. Let's check out the flaps. Flaps and slats. Let's see. It's probably a good view, isn't it? Right there. There we go. Oh, that looks great for the model. Let's have a look at speed brake. Deploy. Did we deploy? Apparently not. Now we have. There we go, we can see them go in. Ailerons. And elevators. Oh, hello, who's that? Nice livery. It all looks pretty good actually, to be fair. Okie doke. Let's do that. And we want, ooh, that one, that one. Get rid of that because we're burning lots of fuel. And let's see. What about Max? Dusseldorf traffic, Condor 2 Alpha Tango taxiing to runway 23 left, hold point Lima 1 via Papa 4 Tango Papa 3 Mike. Dusseldorf traffic. The UFO 3000 definitely beats that, I think.
Herzlich willkommen an Bord, liebe Fluggäste. Im Namen der heutigen Crew darf ich Sie auf Ihrem Condor-Flug begrüßen. Wir sind in Kürze startbereit. Bitte nehmen Sie sich jetzt noch einen Moment Zeit für Ihre Sicherheit.
Wow, this is a
Wir möchten Sie bitten, sich mit den
funky announcement. I like it.
Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit.
First safety demo
Bitte
back,
verstauen Sie Ihr
and it's a party
in den
one.
Gepäckfächern über Ihren Sitzen. Für schweres und haariges Handgepäck nutzen Sie den Stauraum unter Ihren Vordersitzen. Und achten Sie darauf, dass es sicher verschlossen ist.
Taking the big corners.
Legen Sie nun Ihren Sicherheitsgurt an. Zum Schließen Ihres Gurtes führen Sie beide Gurtteile zusammen.
That went very laggy
Und
then.
ziehen Sie diese fest. Zum Öffnen des
There goes the
Gurtes
frames.
brauchen Sie
We're
nur
back.
den
Rid of E,
Verschluss
hello,
anziehen.
welcome.
Da jederzeit unerwartet Turbulenzen auftreten können, bleiben Sie bitte wie
Let's
erst
see.
Ihrer eigenen Sicherheit während des gesamten Fluges angeschnallt. In jedem Fall jedoch, wenn die Anschnallzeichen eingeschaltet sind. Bitte suchen
This
Sie
is
dabei
alright.
die Waschräume nicht auf. Wir bitten Sie, Ihre Mobiltelefone sowie alle weiteren elektronischen Geräte, wie Musikplayer oder Computer, während Start und Landung vollständig
Bit
auszuschalten.
heavy on the old perf.
Sobald wir unsere
About an hour and a half
Reiseziele
would be.
erreicht haben, dürfen Handys im Flugmodus benutzt werden.
That handles alright.
Welche elektronischen Geräte Sie während des Fluges
Jack is the
benutzen dürfen, finden Sie in Ihrem
flight recorder. Sorry, it's the
Dieser Flug ist
Luke
wie alle
Air tool on
Condor-Flüge
flightsim.to.
angeschlossen. Das Rauchen ist
Right,
während
let's
des
see.
gesamten Aufenthalts an Bord nicht gestattet.
There we go.
Auch nicht in den Waschräumen. Verstöße haben juristische Konsequenzen und werden dementsprechend verfolgt. Dieses Flugzeug verfügt über 12 Notausgänge. Sie sind mit dem Wort Exit gekennzeichnet.
Mad.
Lichtstreifen
David,
im Boden markieren den Weg zu den Notausgängen.
center of gravity, or
Bitte
I've basically
beachten Sie,
fiddled
dass sich
around
der
with the
nächste Notausgang auch hinter
this
Ihnen
tab
befinden kann.
instead.
Die Ausgänge haben aufblasbare Rutschen, über die Sie das Flugzeug im Notfall
There's
verlassen.
Michael, I think.
Die Schwimmwesten
Just picking up a
befinden
bit of
sich
speed
unter
quick
Ihrem
there.
Sitz und sind einfach zu handhaben. Ziehen Sie die Schwimmweste über Ihren Kopf, haken Sie den Gurt ein und ziehen Sie ihn straff. Unmittelbar bevor Sie das Flugzeug über die Notausgänge
Mikey, hello,
verlassen,
welcome.
Ziehen Sie an den roten Griffen, die
Does, it
Weste
sounds pretty good,
auszugleichen.
Jack, yeah.
Benutzen Sie
So,
zusätzlich
whenever you guys
die
hear the safety
Mundschutz
announcements and
vorne.
things on my streams, it's
Im Fall
usually
einer
from the Luke Air
Notwasserung
tool.
werden die Rutschen an den Notausgängen als Flöße benutzt. Schwimmwesten für Kleinkinder
Oh,
erhalten
I've come
Sie
to a
von
hole.
unseren
Whoopsie.
Flugbegleitern, die Ihnen
There's
gerne
another
helfen.
A330 there, good stuff.
Im unwahrscheinlichen Fall eines Druckverlusts fallen automatisch Sauerstoffmasken aus der Kabinendecke. Ziehen Sie die Maske ganz zu sich heran und drücken Sie sie fest auf Mund und Nase. Helfen Sie danach Kindern und hilfsbedürftigen Menschen. Alle Informationen für Ihre Sicherheit
Ah, you know what I
finden Sie
wonder
auch auf
might
der
be
Sicherheitskarte,
causing
die
the
sich in der
that
Sitztasche vor
effect.
Ihnen befindet. Bevor wir nun starten, bitte überprüfen
Yes,
Sie
there we
noch
go.
einmal, ob
It was
Sie
the
alle
wing
elektronischen
lights.
Geräte ausgeschaltet
That's pretty good,
haben und
illuminating the wing.
Sitzgurt geschlossen ist. Stellen Sie nun die Rückenlehne Ihres Sitzes senkrecht. Klappen Sie
There you
die
go,
Tische
Lauren.
vor sich
Looks a
zurück
bit better now,
und
doesn't
die
it?
Armlehne Ihres Sitzes nach unten.
Oh,
Die
wrong way.
Sonnenblenden müssen für Start und Landung geöffnet sein. Wir wünschen Ihnen nun einen sehr angenehmen Flug mit Condor. Ready for takeoff?
Ein kleiner Schritt für Sie, aber ein großer Schritt für Ihre Flugsicherheit.
Very dramatic.
Dear passengers, on behalf of today's crew, may I welcome you aboard this Condor flight. We'll be ready for takeoff shortly.
Oh, good grief.
For your own safety, please give us your attention for just a few minutes.
It's a long safety demo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to familiarize you with the safety procedures aboard this aircraft. Thank you for your full attention.
Astrodad
stow your
is
hand
based
luggage to the
upon
overhead
an
control
earlier
panel.
version of the fly-by-wire systems.
For heavier and
But you know what, it's a
heavier
hell of a lot
items,
better than the
space under
PMP
the seat in front
A330.
of you. And make sure that it's closed properly. Please fasten your seat belt. To fasten your belt, buckle the two
787, I don't mind it actually. I quite like having a co-pilot there.
Tight. To undo the belt, just lift the flap. As turbulence can occur unexpectedly at any time, and in the interest of your own safety, please keep your seatbelt
Ian, have I
fastened
dropped it already?
throughout the whole flight, like him. Whenever the seatbelt signs are eliminated, the use of the lavatories is not permitted. Please make sure your mobile phone and all other electronic devices, such
We
as
used the whole
computer
runway
players
today.
or computers, are completely switched off during takeoff and landing.
And Redford, yeah, we got Volanta fired up.
As soon as we have reached our cruising altitude, mobile phones can be used in flight mode. In your Condor magazine, you'll find a list of all approved electronic devices. Like all Condor flights, this is a non-smoking flight.
Somebody
Smoking is
telling
not
somebody else off.
permitted anywhere on
Alex,
board during
one
the
of the
flight.
devs actually, I
That
believe,
includes the
helped
lavatories.
create the
Contravention
sort of
will result
compatibility
in
with this,
legal
and they're
action.
working on it being compatible with version
This aircraft has
0.7 as well, I think.
They are marked with the word exit. The escape path lighting will lead you to these exits. Please
Let's
keep
see,
in
we're
mind
low
that the
vis, I don't
nearest
think we
exit
really
may be
are, aren't
behind
we?
you.
So let's go to Lima 1, which is just here.
The exits have inflatable slides, which can be used to leave the aircraft in an emergency situation. Your life vest is located underneath your seat and is simple to use. Pull the life vest over your head, close the strap, and pull it tight.
Gadget, that's the only thing I've not been able to
For leaving
do,
the
put in a
aircraft
centre
via
of
the
gravity.
emergency exit, pull the red handles to inflate the life vest. If necessary, blow into the tubes provided. In the event of an emergency ditching, the slides
There
of
we
the
go, bar
exits
break.
will be used as life rafts. Life vests for infants are available from our flight attendants who will be happy to explain how to use them. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop automatically from the panel above you. Pull the mask all
Thomas,
the way
welcome aboard.
towards you
Kerbo, welcome
and
aboard
press
to
it
you as
firmly
well.
with the
Hi,
mouth
guys.
and nose. Then help children and incapacitated people.
Captain Nahal, hello to you. Hope you guys are all
You'll find
okay.
safety information on the safety card in the seat
Sun Skipper, that's a
pocket in
good
front of
question. I'm not sure. I don't actually have it.
Before we take off, please make sure once again that you have switched
Let's
off
see.
all your
Flight level
electronic
descent
devices
140.
and that your
Prop
seatbelt is
Dumux
securely
ILS
fastened.
23. Dumux arrival 23
Would you
trans.
now adjust the backrest of your seats to an upright position, fold up the table
Sounds
in
like we've
front
got
of you,
space.
and make sure your armrests are down.
Crew running
The
around,
window
getting
shades
everything
have to
secure.
remain open during takeoff and landing.
Let's
We now
light
wish
her
you
up.
a very pleasant flight with Condor.
Let's check out all of this.
Ready for takeoff?
One small step for you, a giant leap for flight safety.
Does look pretty cool, doesn't it? Right. That's the safety demonstration done. Take a quick cheeky screenshot because I can. Check the approach path. Dusseldorf traffic, Condor 2 Alpha Tango is lining up. Runway 23 left via Lima 1 and departing mod route 1 Tango departure Dusseldorf traffic. Let's go. Make sure I've got my SID charts ready. Mod route 1 Tango because I need to follow those tight turns. Bar brake off. Take off memos. No blue. All the lights are on as required. And we are clear right. I'm going to come ever so slightly out before I make the turn. Trying to use as much runway as possible. Display threshold means we can obviously start our takeoff run from here. $23,000. Couple of miles, we've got that range set nice as well. Here we go, guys. Two clicks, flex. Here's the noise. Definitely, I think a crosswind because I've got a lot of left rudder going on here. A lot of left rudder going on actually. Wow. Although the display there suggests there's no crosswind. Come on, let's go, let's go. E1, rotate. Come on, away we go. There we go. We're up. A little bit interesting there. Positive rate, go up. Away we go. It does look really good. Condor 2 Alpha Tango Airborne 1000 Dusseldorf traffic. Look at that for the animation for the gear as well, wow. Just focus on what I'm doing for a second. Here we go, autopilot on. Leave a climb. In it goes. So you can see the sharp turn coming up here. See what happens. Max turn 210. Let's get the flaps in. And we're turning. There's the ounce marker. So max 210 until established on a track of 320, then we can go to 250 until established on a 199 track for the second right turn. So it's met that actually quite nicely. What else? 320. We're almost at 320. So we've got a whole 210 until that, which is good because it's keeping us with a good rate of climb. Let's get rid of that being armed. We put that on actually now as well. Yeah, I like this. I do. This is actually feeling quite good. At least at the moment it's working quite nicely, I should say. We'll continue climbing to a flight level. Let's go standard pressure. That's 320. Let's increase now to 25. 0 knots. There we go. Punching through the cloud. Look at that wing flex. see it in a second, hopefully. Rich, good morning. Hello to you. You can see a little bit of wing flex. Hopefully we'll get through the cloud in a second.
Meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, jetzt haben wir unsere Reiseflughöhe erreicht. Ich hoffe, Sie genießen die Aussicht, denn heute zeigt sich Mallorca mal wieder von ihrer besten Seite.
Here we go.
From the flight deck, your captain here, between the road below and some great cloud formations, we have a lovely view outside the aircraft today. Mother Nature at her best.
That looks awesome. Right, all the lights are on. Interesting, I couldn't see the nav lights in that instance. What else do we need? So, Buru coming up, and then NetX. Interestingly, it's cutting this sort of corner. It's a little bit further up towards 320 on this on the charts. Oh, look at that! Let's see. Try and get a good screenshot here if I can do this quickly enough. Quickly. The clouds look really pixelated today. Not sure why. Redford, we're on the VATSIM Network. Let's get that on. 32 knot crosswind pushing us slightly there. It's 28, 2000. That's looking good. Over 10,000. Let's get the landing lights off. And we can't go above 250 until we are on an outbound track of 199. So actually, the constraint of flight level 210 at Modru, that's going to be no problem at all for us, I don't think. Rich, it's the Luke Ertel. There she is. Look at that. What are you guys thinking so far then? You're watching away, wondering if you want to download the A330 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Love to know what you think so far. Ding. So Master, yes. Yeah. Who knows what Sim Update 6 is going to have in store for us. Ian, no, actually I asked that question and we weren't really sure. I left the experimental branch fly-by-wire mod in, and the way that this is packaged is it's completely separate to that, so actually I've got both, which is really good. Now let's go to managed and see what happens here. Got about 10 miles to Modru, so see how quick she accelerates, and we're then going to go up to cruise of flight level 370 today, and away we go. Fabio, yes, I had to go into fuel here and basically set fuel and payload myself, basically. Accelerates well. Alex, yeah, that's the big one. Let's hope they keep improving this, because the exterior model is absolutely incredible, and everything so far has seemed quite nice. If they can get the experimental branch stuff in with the custom flight plan manager, that's going to be it's going to be huge, isn't it? If they can nail that, wow, that's going to be good. 10 miles. Got to meet that constraint. Not that it exists on the constraints tab there, but Rich, it's the Luke Air tool. So go to flightsim.to and just type in, all one word, Luke Air tool, and you should see it pop up. Yeah, Zorgmeister indeed it is. There we go. So we've got 5 miles to Modru. We had to be at flight level 210, at or above, at Modru. And it's made it. How many have we got flying along behind us today? Haven't had a chance to check just yet. Get them screenshots on Volanta as well. Oh yeah, she has a weather radar as well. That's one thing I do miss from the A330neo currently. And we've met that target, look at that. Modru, exactly Modru. And we are 1,500 feet over. Good stuff. And Andreas is very pleased. Mikey, you want to just reset? Low poly, I guess. Apparently, there are some custom views. Showcase view, I think. Fixed camera. Maybe not. External views. Sure, there was somebody mentioned something about there being setup views, but hey ho, who knows? Emilu, good question. I've requested a slot, but I can't. I can't get us. Basically, it's the lottery system, so I get to choose 1500 Zulu. I think it is on the 17th of October. Yes, on fixed camera. Ah, there we go. I had to double click it. Let's check these out then. I wonder if I can do Control-Alt-4 for that. Look at that. So Control-Alt-4. Control-Alt-5. We'll see if we can save these, if it actually works. Oh, now look at that. Control-Alt-9 for that bad boy. There's the wing flex that we were all wondering about. So the other questions are what the fuel burn's like, and how it's going to handle for the approach and things like that as well. How it's going to handle LNAV, VNAV, the descent into Palma, and also the ILS approach. We're going to test all of that out live. Having not done any test flying or anything like that, I'm just going to throw myself into it, just see what happens. They have actually promised an update to the wing flex in the next version of this. So in addition to it being compatible with the latest stable branch of the FREEWARE mod, they've also they're going to improve a couple of things like wing flex too. Always good to hear. Palma for JustFlight as well. We're going to see that when we arrive. I know it can have some issues as well with gates. Sim Update 5, that gate being invisible sort of issue that a lot of developers have had problems with. So we'll check that out as well. Whether it's got that or not, we don't know. A few things to bear in mind though. They're actually going to be looking at, wow, that's crazy wing flex. They're going to be looking at creating more of a weathered look to Palma de Mallorca over the next few months. See external 7. Ooh, tail view. Wow, that's close up. Oh, that's a bit buggered, as is that one. And they're going to be adding a couple of little antennas and things around as well in the scenery. So if we do, how do we do it? Not that one, that one. And if I go Alt 4, I didn't do anything. I'm still climbing well. James, without the EFB, it should just be like, well, about like before, I guess. Swift, good question. There's pointless argument going on Unicom text. Mike, all you want to do is just go click escape onto the menu and click restart for the flight, and it should then allow you to enter the V speeds and things. Swift, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing as well. Michael's made 2100 at Modra as well. Awesome. They've got the handle in, and it's not like that gopping great big handle that's in your face here when you're on the PMP one. Asking how good it is it as good as the Flyby A330neo Swift? That's obviously going to be a lot more advanced. This is a really new add-on, freeware add-on for the sim. It's done a great job so far though, with the functionality being mirrored from a stable version. This little bit of modelling here from the A330 as well, that's really nice. Although they don't do anything yet, as you can see here. They've actually left the A320 panel knobs here working. And then of course the window. Pointless argument. One thing I would like to see would be like sort of backlighting to these. That'd be quite good, I think. John, yeah, MSFS bugs, and hopefully it will fix it at least. Maybe sim update 6. Maybe that'll kick it into touch a little bit. Won't be too much longer before we start thinking about the approach and stuff as well. Alex, your printer works, and goes to the side where the flight pad is. David, it's ironic, isn't it? Let's get rid of those VORs. We don't need those. That's all good. Now, fuel. I mean, this looks like it's been updated to kind of pointless work and mirror the A330 a little bit nicer. We'll have a look at those brakes, temperatures and things when we get there as well, see how that works. You know what, it does seem decent so far, Swift. I think I'd probably agree with you that. I've not... I haven't test flown this or anything. I literally spawned in yesterday, having got back from Greece, just to make a quick thumbnail with a Condor livery in preparation for today. Set the stream schedule up, and then that was it. I cancelled the sim, and I've dived straight into it today just to see how it all works. And touch wood, so far I've not had any major issues. Some people get pent up a bit too much on the realism stuff with VATSIM and simming. I think a bit of flexibility makes it enjoyable. And it's pointless having an argument on text. tomorrow, it's been a little while. Talon, welcome on board as well to you too. And yeah, tomorrow we are... They're still going. Tomorrow we're going to be jumping back into the 787 Heavy Division mod. We're going to be checking out the progress of that as well. It's been a little while since I've been using that one. But obviously with Cross the Pond coming up soon as well, we're almost at the top of climb here. And to be fair, we departed, what, 25 minutes ago? That seems pretty reasonable. We're going to check out the new updates to the 787 Heavy Division freeware mod as well tomorrow. We're going to fly from Singapore to Bangkok. Stream's not scheduled yet, so you'll have to bear with me on that. I'll try and do that after today's stream. Well, in Malou, the benefit of the the 747 across the pond, same with the 787, is the fact that it can do automated holding, because there's going to be quite a bit of that, I think. There you go, throttles drop back. Lauren, great comment. Oh yeah, the A3 is saying the A330-900 is okay for freeware. Issues no landing call outs when inserting stars, a few other quirks. Other than that, it's very flyable and free. So yeah, you know what? When Project Megapack, when they were still around and a bit of a thing, they created the A330, and everybody was quite excited for that. But it wasn't really done properly. No, Wesley, this is the Headwind A330 on flightsim.to. And if you want to see it, if you're just tuning in, there she is. Comes with 7 liveries, I think it is, 6-7 liveries or so pre-installed. It's got contrails as well, look at that. Looks awesome. Okay, a little screen grab of that. William, hello, welcome. Little bit of wing flex there, look. Face reveal. I tried the keybinds of set, but nothing's happening. Interestingly enough. Not sure why. Yeah, Paul, I got the gist. Lauren, you do enjoy the XLR, don't you? That 321. Wesley, the cockpit's not a massive issue. They've got the panelling work here, I think, absolutely like bang on with the A330. And they're going to be updating it over the time as well, so the little inaccuracies that you can see hopefully will get changed sooner rather than later. And it'll become sort of a little bit independent of itself. The beauty is... There's a pair of sunglasses down there. Brilliant. There's an Easter egg. I wonder if there's any more. Right, it's going to have me looking now. The beauty is you don't need to uninstall the A32NX for this to work. It's going to work anyway, which is quite cool. MM asking, do you think the 787 with the heavy division mod will be suitable for across the pond? Absolutely, yes. Most definitely. But make sure you've got the latest development branch. instead. How are we doing on our journey? Let's have a little look here. Third of the way, I think, roughly. Ian still enjoying the CRJ, I hope, or manhandling it. One of each or both. Wesley, I have got the lost email. Let's see, Lunik. Was it Lunik 1 Papa or something like that? Lunik 2 Papa, I think, for 24 left, I think was planned, but I don't know what the weather's doing at the moment. So Lunik at or above flight level 100. Then there's SLPs for 24 left and right. Cap de Pera. There's a hold there. And then Mallorca. Approach 24 left. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Little square approach. Probably get away with doing a straight in as well, to be fair. Actually, one of you guys was saying a minute ago, let's scroll up the chat because I feel like I've missed something. There we go. We'll have Barcelona Centre online for ATC, Michael. Awesome. Ian, great to hear. Oh, Andreas Skywolf, this is like 500-600% better than the PMP A330. That didn't really go anywhere, sadly. A lot of broken promises, and then obviously the whole project's decided to just close up shop. Mick, I quite enjoy it. I do enjoy the CRJ. It's my favourite aircraft in the sim at the moment. There's a couple of little box jumps there with crossing from one airway to another. Crossing directly over Geneva there, look, GVA. Let's have a little look at this. So, stars. Looney 2 Papa, wasn't it? Oh, Paul, yes. The 787 Heavy Division mod gets updated quite a bit, so at least 2 or 3 times a week it seems to get an update. It's fun just opening, yeah. You've got to think, if you think you need to be 5 minutes ahead of the CRJ, you need to be 10 minutes ahead of it. That's the beauty of it. So back onto Navigraph then, and we're expecting the Lunik 2 Papa, runway 24 left, at least for the time being, with the weather forecast that we had prior to heading out of Dusseldorf. We want to be at or above Lunik at flight level 100, and then targeting 5,000 feet for Cap de Pera. There's the SLP, so max 250 knots there, regardless of our altitudes. That's the SLP there for Palma, and then we're going to break down. Bearing in mind, actually, read the little bracket. So runway 24 left and right, which is what is going to potentially apply to us. That's the SLPs. But if we're on the opposite direction, then there's the SLP, the other runways going eastbound. We're going to go SLP there, Cap de Pera, and then across to the Mallorca MJV VOR. This is more explaining what the charts are suggesting, and then probably the ILS Zulu. We'll see what happens here with these. In fact, there we go. That makes more sense. Cap de Pera. So from Cap de Pera straight up to Bavum and then in. So 5,000 down to 2,500 for the ILS. There we go. A Boomoo, and then 7.5 DME for quite a short final approach, actually, in glide slope. We'll see how she handles. Potentially a fairly steep descent. Oh, Ian, yeah, I can imagine really finite adjustments at the throttle. It's going to be quite difficult, the CRJ, with that. The one thing I miss about this is custom views. I do like flicking over to wing view. Gadget, apparently, if you want to get rid of the co-pilot, you can just change your config setting. Somebody was saying in the live chat earlier, and it gets rid of it, hides the co-pilot. I don't mind it though. Ghost Team's asking where can you get the aircraft from. Just go to flightsim.to and you look at trending at the moment actually, and you'll see it there. If not, just Google, sorry, not Google, go onto flightsim.to and in the search bar type in A330 and you'll see the A330-900neo by Headwind. And that's the one you want. Just missed Langen radar as well. I feel like that's intentional sometimes. Lauren, I'm hoping for a shorter slot to be honest, personally, but my slot's 1500Z of the 17th, so right towards the end of the slot availability booking stuff for the lottery, so a little bit disappointing, but I would imagine we're going to have, by the time we get there anyway, I'd imagine all the good slots will be gone. David, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the stream today, do hit the like button if you've not done so already. Mike, is he not wearing a seatbelt either? He's not, good point. Naughty. Tuesday, you've got to tune in the ILS. Check all of that, of course, works and is set inside your rad nav. And then you, under the glide slope, hit approach. Yeah, you head to the Discord server and you'll see within their Discord server a tab saying downloads. And there's two options, there's stable and there's development. You want the development branch. In fact, while I've been away for 10, 11, 12 days, there's been quite a few updates to it actually, so all very promising. Fuel burn's looking pretty good as well. That does seem like quite a lot though. I wonder if anybody's taken this on a long haul yet, just to see how well it works. And how long it lasts for as well. He does, yeah. He just turns the screen brightness up so that you can justify wearing the shades still. If you want the link to this, I've actually put it inside the description for today's live stream, in addition to the JustFlight Palma Mallorca scenery that we're flying into today. So all you've got to do is head to the stream's description and click both the links to check them both out. Palma by JustFlight is exceptionally good from the previews that we saw a couple of months ago, and they've been working hard at rectifying a number of the issues triggered by Sim Update 5, so really looking forward to seeing what they've done to it. Ah, David, nice. Wow, good grief. Up for choosing your slot tomorrow. That's extremely lucky, that's awesome. Wow, you've literally got day one booking option there. Nice work. I wish I was that lucky. I'd imagine when I get to it on the 17th it'll be sort of like the dregs. Who knows, hopefully it'll be good. Yeah, automated, good to hear. Yeah, the Heavy Division mod actually, Comey, the developer for that, has been working really hard for quite a few months now, trying to get that working quite nice. Ooh, I'm freed. Thanks for the tip. Oh, look at that. Now we're talking. It's like a Condor promo video. Let's see. That's a bit better. Ah, just as I go to take a screenshot. Thanks, Beeline. Heathrow's the only UK airport across the pond. Wow. Hopefully, I'm hoping to get that, if not Barcelona, to be honest. But I need, ideally, I need slots around sort of early. RT, sorry 747, how is it looking for the across the pond? If you have the latest development branch, then all good. It's really good actually. Same with the Heavy Division 787, they're both really good for it. Loco's asking if this has custom engine sounds. I think it's got the ones from the A330neo, to be honest. The previous 0.6 stable sounds, I think. Certainly sounds like that, though acceleration, takeoff sounded a little bit louder. Wojtek, nice. Oh wow, you're doing it as well. You're doing the transatlantic crossing of the DC-6. Look at that. David, hi. Bernie, good day to you. Mikey, yeah, I'd be happy taking this over. Maybe not for across the pond. With holds and things being potential issues, probably wouldn't want to risk taking it across the pond. Every time I go to take a screenshot, somebody's on Unicom. I swear it's they're waiting. There we go. Ooh, that's good timing there, Lauren. There's going to be a lot of A340-600s appearing then. Shane, hello, welcome back. And yeah, so you go to camera, showcase, and then you expand fixed camera, and you got 1 to 13. 12, 13 don't do anything for me, but all the others have got some views. Josh, no. So I've got the latest experimental fly-by-wire branch installed still, and I haven't touched that, done anything with it. And then all I've done is pull that from. So I've downloaded this mod. I've then just extracted it and dragged it into my community folder, and they're both working separate to each other quite nicely. That's nice. Yeah, you can have both installed by the looks of it, which is really good. Basil, hopefully. The InnyBuilds A310, I'm really looking forward to that for Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's going to be quite special, I think. Nice to have like an old school airliner as well, sort of that era with the 757 and things. Although I'd really like a 757. 74 knot crosswind, wow. Bernie, nice. Which one and how much? Cruising a bit quicker as well. Mach 8.1. Could probably go to Mach 8.4 or so. Let's see actually. Mach Mach 4, Mach 8.6. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Leave it back on there as well. It is a bit steep, isn't it? It's going straight to 30 degrees still. Aaron, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Actually, wow. Been a member for 2 months, actually. Thanks for your ongoing support. Wow, Bernie, that's crazy. Ghost team, so I'm guessing you've clicked the link in the description, and then you've gone to flightsim.to and you've downloaded the zipped folder, right? If so, right click it, and then you should see extract. You want to then extract the folder. Sambro, we've still got quite a while yet. I wonder if I can maybe change maybe that for a bit more. That's where the balls are. So I'm going to do Control-Alt-1. There's a bit of a better view for us. So, Ghost Team, just explain what you've downloaded already so far, and then I can try and help you. I can maybe talk you through it while we're live now, if that sounds good. MSFS add-ons, community. Basically, you want to extract it, and so basically you have a folder that's called Headwind A330neo _ 0.9. And then you take that and put that into your community folder, or wherever your add-ons are linked. Hey, Sthira! Hello, hello, thanks. Using one of your little super chat, what's it called? Free super chat for being a gold frequent flyer. Thanks for being a member for 7 months as well. Love all the support for you channel members, of course. Bronze, silver, all gold. Really appreciate all the support you guys give us. Literally yesterday I was flying from the Alps across like this, and I've actually got a couple of videos of aircraft going north to south and east to west as well, passing us as we're flying along. Geneva down below, let's see if we can spot it. Ah, there she is. Missed the streams as well, actually. It's nice to be back. There's Geneva. The aircraft's doing quite well as well, to be fair. I've not practiced it, not done a dry run or anything like that. So there, I've literally just jumped straight into it just to see what happens, really. And everything that I've wanted to do so far it's doing nicely. But the Alps over there as well, look at that. And the moon. David, have you got, is that in the A330neo or is that in the Condor or the A330? There she is, right down below. There's Geneva. Bit blurry, we are really high up though. Ian, what do you think? The latter part of your sentence sounds quite familiar. Yeah, absolutely not. So the latest experimental version of the A330neo, David, doesn't have a terrain map, doesn't have TCAS, it doesn't have a weather radar currently. Not yet, anyway. Burning is fantastic. It'd be great to see where this goes, actually. It's a bit shame we can't put this in. Entry out of range. And I've tried all sorts of different combinations and nothing goes in there, sadly. Dan, yeah, we've got some. Took a bit of clicking though. I mean, I'm clicking that loads and it's not doing anything. There we go. So we've got a few. Those of you just tuning in, we've got one. That's a good one. There's 14 views all in. And John, are you in the Heavy Division Discord server by any chance already? If so, if you're looking at it right now, you'll see like a list of different rooms within the Discord server. One of them is called Downloads. Click that, and then you'll just see one that says Development, and there'll be a link. And just click that, and it'll be an instant download. Oh, David, I'm not sure. Are you using IVAO models by any chance? I think everybody has them, Dan. It took a bit actually to click this and wake it up. I mean, I'm clicking it now, for example. I'm having to click it 4 or 5 times before it actually does anything. But then if I click here, it's okay. So it might just be where it depends where you're clicking, perhaps. Ian, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because everybody's been clinging on, waiting for that Quality Wings 787, and it hasn't turned up, which is a bit of a shame. Hopefully it comes soon. Johnny, the flight deck is based on the A330neo, but with a couple of model tweaks like the handle and things like that near the window, which is quite cool. And Hut asking if I've got a custom camera config file. No, just it's literally in here. Showcase. There we go, fixed camera. And all these externals. So it might just be the IVAO models, David, because a lot of them seem to be invisible apparently. Fairly close. Oh, Michael, I should probably actually think about that a little bit, but I haven't. That's a big one actually, Ian, as well. I always start the simulator in administrator mode, and I always start vPilot in administrator mode as well. Or like run as administrator, I think it's so you right click on the option on the program and then you run it as administrator, and it seems to make my sim and my vPilot a little bit more stable. Janet, yeah, pretty much, but they're based on an older stable version, I think 0.6 or something. They are due to update this again soon for it to work with 0.7, which is going to be really exciting. That brings in all the new sounds and a lot of other stuff as well, which is quite cool. Johnny, the flight model seems okay, to be honest. Takeoff was a little bit interesting. I was putting in quite a bit of left rudder just to try and stay straight. But that, I think I'm probably expecting that actually in this instance, because it's using the old stable fly-by-wire branch. I think from memory, when you put the arrival in, it does try and turn you back around to the previous waypoint or something like that, so we'll see what happens. There's Verso, there's Lunik. We can go to descent.now.sh, and we're at 37,000, so let's pop that in onto the descent calculator, and we want to be 10,000. We're going to be doing 200 and probably 280 knots, probably still 280 at that point. And it's telling us we need 85 nautical miles and 1,400 foot per minute. And I think somebody earlier on said that it might take a little bit to slow this thing down, so we'll see what happens. What I'll try and do, I'll probably try and descend to be right at the like the sort of base of the altitude constraints as I hit them, so that I've got a bit of scope. Bernie, no collaboration, but one of the guys that helps fly-by-wire is also helping with the compatibility. So Tyler, who creates all the compatibility mods for like the PMP A330 and all that stuff, he's created the compatibility for the fly-by-wire functionality within this. The thing with this is that it fully credits fly-by-wire for the systems, which is what should be done. So I think at the moment, as it stands, they're happy for it to be used, which is awesome. And the modelling's great. I'd like to see some custom views and a bit more of a proper fuselage, because if we pop out here as if we were going to set the custom views like I've done tutorials for, this is what happens. So hopefully that gets changed. Okay, and it is a bit of a custom A330 cockpit. That is all A330 stuff there. Alex asking, how would that work? You just download the mod again. In what's for what? I might have missed the first part to the question. Paul, so the A330, it does have TCAS and weather, and the weights do work. You need to click FMGS when you start up. As in, like, in here? FMGC? Must have missed something. TCAS has not tried it yet. I'd imagine because it's on 0.6, that will work. It's got weather radar. We had a little look at that earlier, so it should also have terrain radar as well, which should be quite nice. On short final, this A330 does manoeuvre too much. Oh, brilliant. And Harshal, hello. Gadget, yeah, we were just chatting about that earlier actually. The sunglasses on the captain's tray. Oh, there's a little hole as well. There's a little bug report for them. Paul, yeah, got takeoff speeds in okay. Got a little bit stuck actually with it. It wasn't letting me add them in, but Basil in the chat told me I had to do the little restart thing, so escape and then restart the flight, and it kicked it in quite nicely, and it all worked then after that, which is good. And yeah, when they update the mod, Alex, you just got to go back to flightsim.to and just download it again. LECB Centre. Ooh, Meta LEPA. Winds 230 at 9 knots, variable 190 and 260. All the 9s, few clouds 5,000. 24 degrees Celsius, dew point 13 degrees Celsius, and QNH 1017. Bernie, which flex temp calculator do you think is best to use? You know what, I'm not sure actually. I just put a value around 65 to 75. There's no science to it at the moment, sadly, in lieu of a proper takeoff performance calculator being released. 13235.
Arrival. Expect to be pilot Yankee approach 420.
That's really fun. Solid to Papa arrival at the ILS Yankee 24 left, brother 3926.
1278 Mike Uniform identified, proceed direct waypoint Airbus, so ID will have Echo Romeo Mike Uniform Tango, and time plan level 110, expect pilot X-ray approach.
So identified and generic for visa and expect.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing, Gadget. I'm not touching the printer these days because every time I seem to print something, I get a crash to desktop. So I've stopped bothering really. The autopilot disconnects, stays where it is on the stick even if you move it. How do you mean? Like if you click that, do you mean? Flanks, yes, it is. But if you go to showcase cam, you can go to fixed camera and you can get the wing views. Where's the one that I was trying to find? A bit loud, isn't it? That's the only thing. It pretty much is, yeah, Basil. So like the wind's messing around with us a little bit there. It's got some custom views, which is good. I'm listening to Barcelona now just to try and hear if I can get people going into Palma. Look at that wing flex. Now we're talking. Was it 1? 2? Get that engine view again, shall we? Benjamin, I'm enjoying it so far. I've still got to get her down though. It's been alright so far. It cruises at a good speed, climbs nicely. Gianni, I don't think you can, sadly, that's the only thing. I wonder if there's a level of detail tweak that they can make so that the model is always there. Hut is asking where can I find the Heavy Division Discord server link. Bear with me for the 787. I will fetch that now. And I'll put the link in the live chat for you. So, Heavy Division. There you go. The link will expire in a couple of days, but Heavy Division. But be sure when you download it, you want the development branch, not the stable. Right, let's see how this goes, putting this in then. We're going to go for arrival into LEPA. Ooh, ILS. 24 left. Zulu. Where's me things actually? ILS Zulu, runway 24 left via Captapera. And we want the Lunic to Papa arrival. Bar CDP. Oh, there we go, look at that.
It's a one uniform India,
you bugger.
1200 feet.
Mission 1 and uniform India identified flight level 360.
It's a one uniform India, flight level 360.
And option 7 make uniform 1 ready, and 3000 feet, QNH 1017, and Plate Island to approach. So, correction, Plate Island X-ray, approach runway 24.
Yes, so we're ready, descend 3000, 1017, and
It's stuff like that that I don't miss from the fly-by-wire, older stable versions and stuff like that, because it's absolute pain in the backside. Probably buggered everything up. No, that's looking okay now. Saved it. Marot Vatir, Pivus, Marot, Verso Lunic. So probably Marot will start descent. But that's in there now. And in the round nav page we've got 1093, which is the IPAL ILS DME for 24 left. We can clear these. These were Dusseldorf frequencies that we were tracking. Let's get rid of them. And we want Captapera 1129. And in case of a missed approach, we need the Mallorca VOR 1133 tuned as well. It's going to be 272 outbound track from Captapera, so let's pop that in so we don't forget that. Looking good. Do most buttons work with the mod? Not all the time. Depends really. Most things that you need all work quite nicely actually. Landing lights is literally just on or off. Benjamin, hello. Flight's been okay so far. We're on VATSIM at the moment. I was having to use about 50% rudder, left rudder actually, for takeoff. So not sure if it's something with our setups or something a bit deeper.
Ryanair 107, welcome to Barcelona. Any sound preference? Palma 107, taxi stand 903 via Tango and Echo November.
This is going to want us coming in at 162. Which I think is category D territory. We could put in some of the METAR information at least. 2309. 24 degrees, 1017.
Winning 8478, runway 25, but left, clear takeoff, wind 190.
Checking navgraph then from Captapera into Bavum, Obumu, and then the ILS 1093. Missed approach. We'll go for this one. 141.
3253 taxi Tango 1
Barrow.
South Link North.
And it's a runway visual range of 400 meters, which we should have with this METAR, to be fair. So he says. There's all our missed approach data. Climb on runway heading to 420 feet. Turn left, not before radial of 193 to Joa, max 185, and follow the 193 radial from Joa, San Juan. VOR, climb to 3000, then a left turn, max 185 knots to hold at the Mallorca VOR there.
Sorry, after Palma, we'll descend 3000.
We might get the ILS Yankee, which this, for the purpose of this, doesn't look any different, to be fair.
Apologies, yes, clear the ILS Yankee T4 left, Berlin 396.
Who was that? Welling 239. I say he's been given the ILS 24 Yankee. And he's flying into Palma according to Navigraph. John, yeah, currently right now it is, yes. What we might have to do is we might have to change this to the ILS 24 Yankee, but I don't think there's any physical difference between the two. Looking at Captapera, 272 to Bavum. Same for the Zulu. 238 to a Bomu initial fix. Yeah, totally different. Just a couple of different frequencies and a different missed approach. So it'd be the Mallorca NDB of 032. So what we'll do is we'll tune that in. Which is 3075. Put that into ADF1, and then it's a hold up Mallorca VOR for missed approach anyway, so everything else is fine. 1093 as well, 272.
Welcome to Barcelona, there's no traffic on the Terminal 1.
Get rid of that because that will just confuse me in a little while, I think. And I'm assuming transition is going to be about 7,000.
No worries, bye-bye.
Defeat. Not yet, I've not tried to land in this yet. What have you experienced? Give me a little heads up.
Hello again, cleared Agadir flight plan route Lotus for Quebec departure, runway 25 left. Climb 6,000 feet,
so what we've done is we've input for the ILS Zulu in here, but actually they're both the same, ILS Yankee and Zulu. It's just the comms stuff, the navigational stuff that we'll track is slightly different. So what I've done is I've tweaked the RadNav page to give us the ILS Yankee as well, basically. Because I don't want to risk breaking everything by changing it.
And that's from 789K from runway 24, take land, ID to wind 200 degrees 5 now.
Just land 24, and that's from 789K.
Got high level clouds?
Vueling 8478 al aire. Vueling 8478 identificado a Finland, nivel vuelo 330. Ascendemos a nivel de vuelo 330, Vueling 8478. Library A330-900, taxi straight ahead Bravo, right, Foxtrot November.
Funnily enough, it's telling us need to start descent soon, according to Valanta.
Bravo, Foxtrot November, Delta 5,
Oh, that max is awful. And the Embraer. Yeah.
107, thank you for your flight. Enjoy it.
It's freeware, and it's actually, in fairness, very good freeware, I think, in my opinion. LEPA, final latest check, 1017, that's all the same, that hasn't changed actually at all. 1017, let's put that in here. I'll forget doing that in a bit otherwise. King's Ace, just go to your drop down, click your cameras tab, go to showcase, and then expand fixed camera, and pick one. The only two that don't work for me are 12 and 13, because you get this. 2's a good one. External camera 2, showcase cam, that's pretty good. Max, we're on VATSIM at the moment. As long as you don't need holds and things. If you need holds, of course you need to be able to fly that manually, track FPA. It doesn't do an automated hold yet, but it's pretty good. I mean, I'm using it on VATSIM right now, and I think it's okay. What will it be? 370 VATIR. Where's my pen? Shall we have a chat with the controller? Probably a little bit early, actually. Give it a couple of minutes. Near to VATIR.
I wish you good day. Ryanair 1189 on gate 116, please radio check.
What's the theory? That's on my list of things to do as well.
5, that's awesome.
Josh, or Gianni. Interesting. My rudder is plugged directly in. So if I hit insert now, because I selected camera 2, this is all, yeah, it works quite nicely, and it just leaves it in that setting. If I click end, it will snap it back out of it to normal drone cam. That's the best way at the moment to... oh, there we go. Insert, then switch your views. You'll get showcase views. You can cycle with A or Shift A. There we go. Easy. Thanks for sharing that good tip. Josh is asking to explain track FPA. So in short, at the moment our heading is 214, but our track is 208 because of the wind. So track is where the aircraft is actually going, heading is where the nose is pointing. And what track FPA does is change the heading mode to track, and it changes the vertical speed mode to flight path angle. So you could set literally 3 degrees, or if you were given procedural stuff with charts and you needed to fly tracks to take into account any wind. Oh, that got loud. What that will do is it will calculate the change depending on the wing for you, so actually it's a really good way of flying VOR approaches and things, which I've covered in my tutorials as well, so do check those out. Don't forget guys, give us a like, hit that subscribe button down below as well. Cut the pair of Babum, optical, let's do a quick final check of this, make sure this is all good. Lunik, D-Cell, CDP, Babum, Abomu, and the final approach, look at that. Love it. Let's call the guy. Barcelona Centre. See what's it going to be. Barcelona Centre, good afternoon. Condor 2 Alpha Tangos, Airbus A330neo, flight level 370, inbound VATIR.
Condor 2 Alpha Tango. Sorry, Condor 2 Alpha Tango Barcelona. Hello. Set squawk 6230.
Set squawk 6230, Condor 2 Alpha Tango.
Condor 2 Alpha Tango identified, direct to Lunik, cleared Lunik, 2 Papa arrival, expect LSE Yankee approach from the 24 left. Be advised, I will be closing in about 3 minutes.
Roger, direct to Lunik and Lunik 2 Papa, ILS Yankee, 24 left, and copy Condor 2 Alpha Tango. RIP flight plan. Oh, that's actually worked.
Condor 3 Alpha Tango Barcelona, hello, identified, cleared, Lunik, 2 Papa arrival, expect LS Zulu approach, expect LS Yankee approach from the 24 left.
Expect ILS Yankee approach from the 24 left for the Lunik approach on Condor 3 Alpha.
Ah, RIP, doesn't have that. Well, how far are we from Lunik? Let's see. Paul, hello. We're just about to start our descent. We'll find out. So, final recap. We've been given a direct to Lunik now.
Closing shortly, you can continue Unicom 1 to do estimate. Bye-bye.
Okay, Unicom 1 to do estimate. Bye.
Lunik 2 Papa, which is there, top right of the screen, 24 left. At or above flight level 100.
Any chance to get 1 minute out of cockpit?
Descent.
Approved, when you're back, sorry, you can monitor Unicom now 1 to do estimate.
Through the SLP, 20 miles from CDP VOR, which is there, which we've got tuned. We're then going to break off and head towards the airfield for the ILS Yankee, which is there. So into Cap de Pera, turning right 272 degrees on a track to Bavum, and then into the final approach. A Boeing at 2500, level to then intercept the glide slope, a 3-degree glide slope down. Like so. And our decision height is 141 feet, category D MDA there as well. After departure, it's always good to look at where, or after landing rather, it's always good to see where you might vacate. So 24 left is there, and we're going to probably try and vacate at Sierra 2. Now, does anybody know actually where Condor parks? I think they park in the Victor 2 bit down here, don't they? So I think I saw it down here. So we'll do Sierra 2, across to Mike, Lima Kilo, Golf, Victor 2, or something like that for taxiing. Oh, he's gone offline. Let's start our descent, because otherwise we're going to be way too high and way too fast. He's gone offline, yeah. I think he said bye in Spanish, but not bye to us. Thought it's been getting a squawk. What a shame. Nice long runway at Palma as well, so we've got VOR1. Let's just have a quick check of these actually, just so I refresh my memory. Palma de Mallorca, Star, Lunik to Papa, 1129 is Cap de Pera CDP. .1133 is Mallorca MJV. So I'm going to pop the 3-letter codes in. We're out of range at the minute, just to specify those to the aircraft, but also so if I need to look at them quickly, I'll know which one's which, basically. And then 3075 is tuned in, ready to go as well. So we want that one too. There we go, CDP's tracking now, 130 miles to go. We want 4,500 for that. Siesta. 84 miles. Ashley, thanks. So I'll roll with low auto brake. We've only got the wing lights there to turn on, so I forgot to turn those off. We'll do all them at the bottom in a second then. And then we've got the seatbelt signs and bits to do as well. And then we're going to go and check out the final full release of the JustFlight Palma de Mallorca for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And there's going to be some future updates coming as well. They're going to make it look a bit more weathered, as I was saying beforehand as well, about an hour and a bit ago, which would be quite cool. Josh, so if you've got a Navigraph subscription, it kind of makes a bit more sense there because you can see the charts, but if not, use chartfox.org and look at the charts for LEPA, Palma de Mallorca. And basically you want to look at your arrival, so we're tuned for the Lunik 2 Papa arrival there, runway 24 left, and then you can see here we've got Lunik, all these are waypoints, there's an SLP there with a speed limit point, and then that there is a VOR, and there's our frequency. So I tune that in so that I can see a distance, and you can see there we're 115 on the nav display, 114 nautical miles away from CDP. And then there's a few other bits there as well, some other VORs too. It's always good to tune those in. It gives you lots of information then to use. 70 miles from the Lunik. 2400 per minute. We'll keep an eye. I think we'll just about make it. If we're above flight level 100, that's fine. The main one is going to be CDP at 4,500, I think. Which I think should be in here. It's not. Doesn't want me to enter that in either. Forget it's an earlier stable version of the Fly-by-wire mod. Anyway, down we go. What have we got? 1228. Miles, 15,000 feet. That sounds pretty good. Distance references, yes, but also so you can tune up to 2, Josh. You can tune VOR 1, VOR 2. You can tune an NDB into one and a VOR into the other, for example, or vice versa. But also, if you're doing a VOR approach, you can fly your tracks and things based off the VOR. In the instance for this as well, I've done a hold tutorial which covers it too. As I was explaining a bit earlier on, there's a hold at Mallorca, there's a hold at Cap de Pera, but also for missed approaches as well, you need to track radials. So if I go to the approach here for ILS Yankee 24 left, in fact I'll do the Zulu because it's based on a VOR. This missed approach, the ILS Zulu, basically tells us at a certain point we need to then fly away from this VOR 1171 on a radial of 1903, an outbound track basically, up to the Mallorca VOR to hold. So that's where VORs become quite crucial. In this instance we're going to be flying a inbound track of radial of 032 to the Palma de Mallorca NDB if we have to do a missed approach. But again, there's a hold at Mallorca VOR 1133. So we've got to tune those in. And Captain Pera, there's a hold there too, as before. And Jenny, yeah, you can. I think you just hit the lock button from memory. Not tried it for a long, long time. D357 Tango is the SLP on the nav display. It's 47 miles to go. And actually, we should be okay. Down we go. Bit too low there on the wing view, whoops. Hope you guys are enjoying the first stream back. Johnny, check out my tutorials for them. Hopefully they break it down into real simple ways of understanding it. You can just give it a go a couple of times. If it takes 2, 3, 4 times for you to get used to it, the best way to do it is to sort of watch the tutorial and then just practice the same one a couple of times until you nail it. Once you've got the basis of it, you'll then be able to do all of them. Vital for VATSIM. Oh, Josh, I can't wait for the PMDG 737. That's going to be exceptionally good. How are we doing here? Trying to watch this like a hawk. Hey, hi. I've been in Greece for the last almost 2 weeks. So hence the little bit of a celebratory stream. Literally the day after I landed. Picking up both now, MJV and CDP. 100 miles to MJV. Probably the same to the airport. Let's bring that in. 30 miles to Lunik. Kang, hello to you, welcome. Now, of course, we need to be a little bit lower towards the bottom end, flight level 100 at Lunik, because we need to level off and slow down to 250 knots or below for that SLP as well. So I've got VORs set, NDB set for missed approaches, we've got the ILS tuned, and we've briefed the approach. Loads of fuel left still, wow. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Ian, classic. 9 months indeed. Thanks for being part of the channel for so long. Since the beginning, really. Oh, thanks. It's nice to be back. The weather's better in the UK, bizarrely. Well, at least for this last sort of few days. Off in the distance, we can see Palma just through the cloud. Ian's had shorter relationships than that he's been a channel member for. That's some good going. Oh, Dwal, it was fantastic, yes. It was really very good. We had 6-7 days of great weather. We had 3-4 days of, towards the end, of just constant permanent rain. And days where actually the temperature was, it was colder there than it was in the UK, but stunning. And the staff were great. The local town was great. And the lack of jet lag was nice as well, so that's got to be said. Liner, yeah, you're right. But I went with the A330-300 one because I wasn't sure how much difference there would be. So I thought I'd rather have more than less. And actually, I added in a lot more fuel. I think I had 20,000 kilos. So we've used 8,580. So that's yeah, it seemed pretty good. Let's come on. That one on. Palma traffic, Condor 2 Alpha Tango is A330neo at flight level 100, inbound Lunik 2 Papa arrival for expecting ILS Yankee 24 left. Will report at Cap de Pera via War. Palma traffic. Ian, that's a good way to look at it. It was really good. Plenty of fantastic Greek wine as well, which hopefully the market arrives and appears in the UK at some point soon, because it was some of the best wine we've had. Or ouzo, I'm not a fan of that. Chypro apparently is the next big thing in Greece. Apparently. And it's a wine-based version of ouzo, and you can get with aniseed or without aniseed. It's a byproduct from the winemaking process, apparently. Blanks, hello. Off topic, no worries. Just seen how the paid version at Gatwick Airport, so the Ini Builds Origami Studios Gatwick Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator, asking how does it compare to the free mod that you already have? Well, for me, the performance difference was quite big. So, oh, Alberto, I've very much enjoyed lots of Chilean red wine. A bit easier for us to get, actually, sadly. Yeah, not a fan of ouzo, Lauren. It's not good, is it? Let's do 245. We've got 30 miles to that, so we'll 20 miles to the SLP. So I'm going to trigger that, and I'm going to trigger a descent. Now, we shouldn't start to descend until we hit 250. We know we want 4,500. Oh, Dwell, there you go, Dwell. You already know about Chypro. David, Greece is, yeah, we went to Thessaloniki, we went to Halkidiki, specifically, and it was an Ikos resort. Really nice. I've never seen so many children on a holiday though. That was the only strange thing. So we thought we had gone during sort of like term time, but it was my first time back to any part of Greece entirely since for about 15 or so years, and I had a great time. Here we go, Palma. .707 liner, you know, I'm not sure actually. Do love an Australian red, but Chilean wines are fantastic, and the Greek red wine's really good. Lower on sulfites as well, bizarrely, so you could enjoy 1-2 bottles without feeling particularly sort of hungover the next day. Yeah, the food, incredible in Greece. In fact, we didn't have, I don't think, a bad meal. All really fresh, really tasty. We were supposed to go to Mauritius. Gianni Nut set La Palma. Quite a few miles off towards the Atlantic, thankfully. I wouldn't be flying into there, just out of respect for what's going on, I guess. It seems to be working out quite nicely. Ian, yes. Well, sadly, they actually had an adults-only version of the resorts. I think it was Icos Dacia. They've changed their minds recently, and that's now they've basically dropped the requirement for that as well. Sadly, so which is a real shame because the resort itself is incredible, and I can only imagine what their newer ones are like. Tomorrow nice. Yes, this is Palma de Mallorca. In fact, I think maybe I could... Is it going to be a bit too busy in a second? Perhaps. Let's quickly fire up Valanta. There's us making our way in. That's Palma de Mallorca. La Palma is all the way down here. So you can see we're quite a way away. What do we think? Do we think that I'm going to butter this, or do I think I'm going to plonk it down? I'm not so sure myself. Let's do auto brake armed and well, auto brake on low. Sorry, speed brake armed. Ground spoilers armed. Below transition. Let's keep that winding down to 4,500 now. Where's she going? Straight to the bloody airport again. Of course she is. We're in decel, aren't we? So let's go. Green dot. No, I thought we were. It snapped. There we go. Trigger it myself. This is the stuff I don't miss from the this version of the fly-by-wire mod. Laps 1. Shamrock, yes. So that's one of the little things the old stables used to do. Thankfully it doesn't happen in the current fly-by-wire stuff. What's my perf page saying? 155 for approach. 141 minimums. Looking forward to seeing the JustFlight Palma de Mallorca for the first time in a little while as well, actually. Oh, Pete, no, it's just the way the old fly-by-wire stables worked. If you've tried the experimental branch of the fly-by-wire mod, it works really well, and that doesn't happen. And it actually follows the flight path wonderfully as well. Let's come away from that curve a bit, because I don't want to have too much of the curve. I'll manually click it then. No. Love how that's just gone to 10s. Of course it has. Yes, if you want this A330neo, FREEWARE, or if you want the Palma de Mallorca JustFlight, which we're about to arrive into, is off over there somewhere. Check the links in the description for today's stream. Better read that actually. What was that? It's LEPA. Lunik flight 100, Lunik 2 Papa, 24 left Yankee. Okay, cool. How are we doing on Volanta? You know what? I'm going to take the early turn. Direct to Babham, I think. Here we go. Actually, yeah, so the experimental stuff at the moment, that is going to become the new dev branch soon. You'll be pleased to know. Heading mode, 4,500. We want to go down to 2,500 shortly. Palma traffic, Condor 2 Alpha Tango is inbound Babham, descending to 2,500 for the ILS Yankee runway 24 left, Palma traffic. Not crosswind, so I'm going to adjust for that, or I could just go track mode. If I wanted to do 245, I could go track 245, and the aircraft will work that out for me if I want the easy way. QNH 1017. There we go. So I want 246 to go to Babham. I'll tell the aeroplane to work it out. Get rid of this music in a second. Drone camera with its spacebar tendencies. Straight in approach then really. So let's see, we're going to be going that way. Move the drone camera around. Have a straight in approach. Quick check of V-Pilot, nobody's online, jolly good. Couple of miles to Abomu. Yeah, I'd agree with you. Yeah, actually, I think. Sneezy, fantastic. If you have Microsoft Flight Simulator, then the JustFlight Palma scenery is wonderful. And it's off in the distance there, that's the airport. We can just about see it, I think. Train map's working. Actually, yeah, and I kind of wish we had TCAS back. And David, yeah, of course they did. Okay, so we know what we're doing if we have to go around. All the lights are on as required, see what signs are on, and we want ding dongs to the crew. Let's get that ready. Still a few miles away. 24 miles away from the airport now. Come off track FPA. In fact, apparently we're above the glide slope. Below the glide slope, so I'm going to go down to 3,000. That's sneezy, good to hear. Do a nice casual descent, I think, to 3,000. starting to move. So we're starting to come onto that localizer now. Fathom coming up. Got the Palma NDB tracking now as well, in case we have to go around. Go flaps 2, start to slow down a bit more, I think. 20 miles on we, so let's do 180. Actually, yeah. Sometimes I think that's right. Okay. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully this works out well. I'm higher up from the ground and I'm a lot faster. Get rid of the terrain map because we are visual of the ground. And let's arm that now because we should be good for a bit of a turn. There we go, look at that. 8 knot crosswind. So that's exactly like the METAR suggested. I think it was. Palma traffic, Condor 2 Alpha Tango is established 24 left to land 16 miles. Palma traffic. Okay. Flaps 2, 180, 15 miles. There's the airport. But it's using the stable version, I think was it 0.6 from a couple of months back. They're working on an update at the moment for it to become 0.7. Ah yes, there's no call-outs, thanks for reminding me. Don't think, yes, it's just got independent AP1. We can see the runway because the human eye can zoom in like that. 12 miles. And what have we got for glide slope? So we're at Abumu now and 2.5, but we're just below. We're above that, but that's fine. 7.5 miles should be at 2,500 feet. Got to manage speed. Just before the nose drops, we'll slow down a bit more and we'll go to flaps 3. 10 mile final. Gear down. Hey, commentator's got a membership renewal going on as well. Love it. Oh, we're a bit nose up. Look at that attitude. Just gonna go full flap. Just gonna get that nose down. That looks a bit better. Yeah, because we're on the glide slope now as well. We've captured. Here we go. There's Palma's JustFlight scenery. Gears sort of just ever so slightly tilted, look, ready to go. Looking great. Should really be keeping an eye on aircraft, but get some quick final screenshots going on. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Johnny, yes. The nose takes a long time to come down at touchdown. Interesting. Thank goodness for autopilot, hey? 4 miles. 13:49. Come on, drone camera. Chop chop. 2 red, 2 white on the pappies. That's good to see. Palma's rendering in as well. Let's see. You know what I'm going to do as well? I'm going to arm the flight recorder mod. And I'm going to try and maybe get a replay of the landing. Ecam memos, no blue. Speed's good. ILS is good, 4 miles. 13:49, wasn't it? Shamrock, exactly, yeah, real life. There we go, record. The flight recorder recently, last time I used it, actually it killed my frames, so if that happens again I'll get rid of it because I'd rather land her nicely. Let's fly her in. We've got a 5-knot crosswind. Under Lakes, if I grease it with hydraulic, it's going to muck it up for everybody else as well. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Let's go for that view. Looks a bit of a strange view, to be fair. We'll take it. Oh, now it's swept straight round to a headwind. Of course it would. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator. Make a little correction here. Not a fan of this view that I've got. Let's go back to this one. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, something like that. There we go. Oh, there's a little bounce. Reverse didn't come out then. We're down. And we planned for the Sierra 2, we've got Sierra 2. That is the VOR. Look at that, boof. Okay, rent a car.
Herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren. Wir dürfen Sie bitten, für Ihre eigene Sicherheit noch so lange angeschnallt sitzen zu bleiben, bis wir unsere endgültige Parkposition erreicht haben und die Anschnallzeichen über Ihnen erloschen sind. Wir möchten uns an dieser Stelle von Ihnen verabschieden, hoffen, dass Sie nicht...
Palma traffic, Condor 2 Alpha Tango has vacated Sierra 2 and taxiing to the Victor cul-de-sac.
Eine angenehme Heim- oder Weiterreise. Einen schönen Abend noch, vielen Dank und auf Wiedersehen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We kindly ask you to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft has reached its final parking position and the fasten seatbelt signs
Just like Palma.
have been switched off.
Yeah, the 60, 40, 30, 20, 10 would have been really useful actually, wouldn't it? To be fair.
We wish you a pleasant stay here in Brussels or an enjoyable ongoing journey.
Brussels?
Have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Sack that cabin crew. Ooh, here's a touchdown coming up. Let's have a quick look here. Is that an aircraft about to land or is that my eyesight? Perhaps not. JustFlight Palma. Looking pretty good. There's a little sneak preview of what we can explore in a second. And let's zip round. Ethan, hello. Because we've got one of our guys on finals, I think. Potentially in an A330 as well. Welcome to sunny Brussels. Information Alpha, hello. Really good, thanks. Hope you're well. Go here, we'll do drone follow mode off. So we can leave the camera set up whilst we continue taxi. Oh, there's the TCAS. Wow, they look really tight together, don't they? It's going to be interesting.
Finally 7 miles.
F game over, just go into vPilot settings and you want to change show incoming text messages in simulator, I think it's called. Can we see anyone yet? Ethan, nice. What date have you you got the ability to book for the lottery? There's 2 people on final. On top of each other by the looks of it. It's going to be quite entertaining. Where's the runway go? It goes off this way, doesn't it? So beyond the little windmill. That's a nice little feature. The whole point for everybody. Yeah, no, no. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's not nice. Love how that wind swept round from a big old crosswind. How far out are they? Oh wow, Ethan, that's good. I can select on the 17th, sadly. Oh, hello. Forgot it had taxi on its own. Oh, well, I love it. Let's make a sharp left. It parks in here, real life. We'll go in here. And a little tour. A couple of sneak previews of Palma there. We got anybody? Oh, there we go. There's a pink plane. Lovely. Whiz. Right, let's get the parking brake set this time. Whoops. Wow, they are close together. Efficient use of a runway, I think this is called. Johnny, no comment. It's like Heathrow, look. Once we've got these 2 down, I need to quickly try and park so I can pause the flight recorder mod. Look at that. That is a smooth landing. That's Basel, I believe. Lewis, I'm not sure actually. All I've done is just extract it and then bring it into the. I've extracted it and then just put it into the community folder. I can hear him. He's vacated the runway already. Nice, precisely flown minimum approach speed ILS there. Look at that. Silky smooth from the Lufthansa. Which was Michael, I think. He's off.
Condor 321,
for traffic, ILS established, runway 2 for left.
That's Gadget. So let's quickly part brake off. Try and smash it into a gate quick. Not literally. Lewis, so you need to put it somewhere else then. So that's a Windows issue. See, my frames are starting to get affected by the flight recorder mod because it's been recording for 19,000 frames. Let's go in here. Is it 40? 44, that'll do. Look at that a little bit. How's Gadget doing? Can't see him yet. We keep the engines running because I want to. Here we go. Here comes. I want to do a replay, so I can stop the flight recorder mod. Well, there's 2 on final again. Wow. Brilliant. There's an A330 in the background, if I'm not mistaken. Josh, how many of the liveries have you got installed? By the way, Project Mega Pack liveries don't really work very well for model matching stuff since Sim Update 5. Neither do the IVAO models, sadly. Is that an Air France? I think it is. Welcome to Palma. Got pilot view there. And I think this is Gadget. Flying the A330neo as well, I believe. Josh, go to flightsim.to and just download all of the ones that you might want. It's a bit frustrating, but it's the only way at the moment. Here we go. Another A330neo attempt.
Yeah, that's me.
That's just the VATSIM server refreshing its position. Off he goes. God, the model looks really good, doesn't it? Even the AI model, look how fantastic that is for freeware. Really good. Off he goes at Sierra 1. So I'm at stand 44. So you guys parking around, try and leave 44 free if you can. And I'm going to do a replay before I zip back, and we're going to then explore. Palma de Mallorca by JustFlight. If there's any sections of the terminal and stuff you guys want to see as well, do ask, have a little think before we start to explore. Just going to reposition the drone camera for our replayed approach. We'll do 2 replays. We'll do wing view, and we'll do this little view as well we've just done for the others too. Let's see. Quick check. Is there anybody on final? No. There will be in a minute though. So let's get our Jimmy on. And I hit replay. And this is us. This is a replay of our landing. Sadly, you will see the bounce, no doubt. It looks good coming in though. It's great to have an A330 that works. Every time I update my liveries and install new stuff, Reese, I will run Model Matching Magic, the free program again. Here we go. Oh, he's looking quite good for a manually flown approach from myself. That was me counting, guessing the flare. Oh, a bit firm. Yeah, a little bounce. Actually, that's not bad for the first time landing that. There's the spoilers. I see what you mean about the nose wheel. Flight recorder mod's not happy, doing its own weird little thing. So now if I go to this, and I go to end, and was it A? Oh, there we go. Get back up there, quick. Resume. Fantastic. Alex, yeah. As we've seen today. So we'll do this replay and we'll quickly zip it straight back to the Reese, I do, yeah. There's a tutorial I've done actually for Model Matching Magic. Look at the wings. Look out for flex. I got the touchdown markers nicely though. Even if it was a little bit of a... oh, look at the flex of the wheels and how they're rotating and moving. So good. There's another view. Oh, it's fantastic for freeware, isn't it? Landing gear cam. I don't think they have this one. We'll have to be quick with this. Here we go. This is the only one I've got. Look at the reflections on the body. Was a bit of a hit. They do sink in a bit, look, but I mean, look at that flex and the movement of the struts. Rob, it was fantastic. Really nice. There's another view. What I'm going to have to do actually is find my landing rate because I forgot to turn that off on Volanta. Whoops. We'll do a quick zip, zip, zip round to our parking gate. There we go. Let her refresh. People are still around, good stuff. Let's get the engines off and we'll explore Palma de Mallorca. Got to turn half of those off, but hey ho. Let's see what connects here as well. Mr. Good UPF country. Yes. Jetway, catering, power, baggage. Baggage, gates are in. The jetway's connected, sort of. Is it? Not yet. Hey ho. But yeah, here we go. JustFlight's Palma de Mallorca. Get a little screenshot of all the guys that have flown along as well, quick. Before I go and explore. Let's see, how do we get the Vuelingers as well? There we go, that's how we're going to get us all in. Looks great from far, look at that. So those of you who watched a couple of months back, we had a really nice preview version of this work in progress from JustFlight. And obviously this is now the final release version, which is available to download on their website, and the links are in the description down below as well. Let's punch in and have a look at duty free. Really cool glass textures on the outside, we can see us all quite nice actually. A330 looks great out the front there. Sides are really crisp. Yeah, as I was saying a little bit earlier on, if you guys want a particular thing to have a little look at within this scenery, do let us know. We can look at night lighting as well within the terminal, because that'll look quite cool. Oh, look at that. COVID signs, I remember those from before actually, quite cool.
Right now, 189 24 left ILS.
Let's pop through. All the little details, actually, the little windmill here, or the church, whatever it is, that's a nice little added feature that they've put in for us as well. Everything's been sort of updated, textured, firmed up, crisped up a little bit more from the previous. Michael, what? You were Lufthansa, weren't you? This is you, I think. There you go. Even got your gate there ready to go too. It's such a popular airport within sort of simming, I guess. A couple of hours from the UK and most of Germany and everywhere else as well. Loads of airline routes as sort of potential options too. This bit here wasn't done when we last had a little look. Sort of like a waiting bus coaching gates. Complete with, look at that. That's proper cool. Kids playing area, little cafe waiting room as well. Again, Brian, no worries, thank you. We'll check out the night lighting of this little section as well. Very good. And no issues with performance whatsoever. Off in the distance there, we can change the time of day. There we go, that's probably a good view. I'll leave it dark for a second because what I want to do is actually punch up and see what the night lighting looks like around the airfield. God, look how bright the terminal is, that's incredible. How much Fred Twix in the vending machine? That's a great question. €3.80 probably. Night lighting is really good. Bit of life around the airport roads as well, which is good. Alex, well, Drzecki Designs, have a look at them. That is absolutely stunning. Especially their Washington DCA, that's a great one. Flightbeam Studios are pretty good as well for US scenery. Let's go check out this part of the airport, shall we? All follow the van. He's giving us a bit of a tour. Let's come back into day. Look at these textures. Oh, sure. It's not all about the giveaways, you know. We've done a lot. We've given away a couple of I think £1,500–2,000 worth of stuff over the year. Love the final look and stuff over here. The maintenance facilities over here, I remember, were a work in progress as well. We're on live time, and let's go to quicker drone cam. We can zip around the airport a bit more. So there's a couple of tweaks that they're going to be making. These look fantastic. And they're basically going to be giving the entire airport a bit more of a weathered effect. So a lot of people, like myself, love the realism within scenery. Look at that, that's great. Look at the landscape of the scenery as well. And one thing that JustFlight want to do, really keen on doing, is updating all of the sort of textures around the airport to give it that weathered look, that really realistic, used a lot airport feel. I mean, even the landscape looking beyond the airport. So Theron, no worries, thank you. Hope you've enjoyed it. What else have we got then? We've got the roads, car parking areas, bus stops. I remember this is the Signature Aviation thing, isn't it? Yeah, the executive terminal. Where the posh people go, with lots of money. What do you guys think? In the comments in the live chat.
Palma traffic, duty 7 Bravo Charlie, establish RS24, serve myself 170 knots.
Palma traffic, during 6892, one final, ILS, established.
There's the checkerboards to the hill.
Okay, Palma traffic, duty 7 Bravo Charlie, number 2 behind Eurowings Airbus A330, ILS 2 for left.
There's the VOR. A couple of the rental car bits as well. Really good scenery. We'll watch whoever this is coming in. Oh, there was an aircraft, wasn't there? Who's it? August, interesting. Wonder why. What throttle do you use? Not tried Bilbao FREEWARE actually. Who's this? Eurowings, I think, wasn't it? This is a helicam view. Oh, it's an FSLTL sneak peek. Look at that, they've even got the sounds, or excuse the drone cam, and the air brake stuff. So that is coming soon. Ah, John, thank you. There's the whole airport. Is there anywhere that you guys would like to see? Palma's got busy as well. Let's get this onto night view.
Eurowings 68902, vacated runway 25 left.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Bravo Charlie, final ILS 2 for left.
FSLTL is going to be great, Neil. Completely agree with you. It's little things like that look really good. I was trying to update it actually today for the latest sort of test patch stuff, but I've run out of time basically. It's a 1.6 gig or something that I had to download. There we go. Love it. Remember the animated elevators and escalators at the main entrance. Let's go and see it. JustFlight, thanks. And Noah's wanting the entry of the airport as well. No problem. Kind of the key bit really. Looks great from above. So if we're flying over with a helicopter. So I assume this is the car park in real life. I've never been to Palma. And Noah, welcome on board. Thanks for subscribing too. Okay, so let's go to drone cam. Let's slow it down. We can focus on things a bit better then. Oh, look at that animated lift. They're both moving actually, look at that. That's really cool. Like little features like that. And escalators. Oh wow. Look at that. Get those moving escalators in and the lifts moving together as well. Yeah, it's about 19 euros. Can't remember the exact price to be honest, but really good price when I looked at it. Let's have a little look. I'll go on the JustFlight website really quickly. As I mentioned at the start, just a minute ago as well, it's out now on the JustFlight website. It's £14.99, so 15 quid. How good is that? And yeah, worth every penny. Really immersive bit of scenery, lots of little details like the ticket machines here for parking, which you would never think of going into a bit of scenery in a sim, but it adds so much to it. Look at the work that they've done here, the texturing. That must have taken months to do that roof. Look at the complexity of that. There's lifts going up and down in the background as well. There's a lot to explore with this, and we could obviously do this for ages and ages, going around all of the buildings, the gates. Michael wants inside the tunnel. I'm not sure if there is an interior actually, to be honest. Let's quickly punch down and have a look. I don't think there is like a detailed full interior. We've got little bits like this though. I didn't think there was an interior from memory, but you got all the glass areas where we've sort of explored earlier. They are all sort of textured, detailed, really nicely as well. This sort of coaching gates here as well, where we were having a little look at a minute ago. All of that is complete with people, sort of like airport life if you like. So you can see through the glass both ways. You've got the shop texturing inside, you've got really good gate signage. Then you got all the different gates extending off as well. And we got jetties, which Sim Update 5 obviously broke, but they seem to be working fine here. Huge airport. And for 15 quid, oh, look at all of that, guys. That looks so good. Especially with us all parked up over there in the Victor cul-de-sac. Does look rather cool, doesn't it? Check that out. There we go. Palma de Mallorca by JustFlight. How readable are the taxiway signs, Janny? Really good, actually. From a distance, as you're seeing here, they're not that great because we are quite far away. So the sim actually turns the level of detail down a little bit. But as we were taxiing around, looked great from outside the cockpit and inside the cockpit as well. Actually, to be fair, you could read everything from the flight deck. Really crisp. There's the night lighting, Johnny. So as I was mentioning before, they're going to be doing a little bit of work on weathering the airport a little bit, giving it that sort of true to life feel, which is quite difficult to get in a sim, but certainly achievable. We've seen the likes of Mako Simulations do that with Manchester and Birmingham. JustFlight certainly have got the ability to do that with Palma de Mallorca as well. Hope you guys have all enjoyed this couple of hours stream. It's great to be back. I've had a couple of weeks away with a little bit of a vacation in Greece, and it's good to be back. And of course, we've been trying out the new FREEWARE A330 for Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. Christopher, just missed it. We'll go back. We'll go back. There we go. Let's see. The A330, if you want to download that, that is available on flightsim.to. There we go, Chris. There we go. There's the animated elevators and escalators. There we go. All you got to do is go to flightsim.to and search for A330neo or A330-900, or quite simply just check out the links in the stream description today, and you can find the links directly to both the FREEWARE A330 and this fantastic JustFlight Palma de Mallorca scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator that's out now directly from JustFlight themselves, justflight.com. And as they're saying there, the price is £14.99 in pounds, €18.95 euros, or £21.99 in dollars. All the links are in the description. I'll put the link in the live chat very quickly as well for the JustFlight airport scenery here. Oops, not that one. I hit the hit the hash button. Fat fingers. There you go. So as always, all the links are in the description. Even if you're watching in in the future. Hopefully you guys have really enjoyed it. It's great to be back. It's great to be trying out the new add-ons as well for the sim, both aircraft and the airport scenery here as well. Both fantastic, actually, really nice. Tomorrow we're going to be going Singapore to Jakarta, no, Singapore to Bangkok in the Heavy Division 787 Dreamliner freeware mod for the sim, and a couple of hours journey checking out all the very latest features of that as well, catching up with all of the updates to progress for that project. And then on Friday we're going to be jumping back into the Aerosoft CRJ. We're going to be doing the difficult approaches into Nasa Square in Greenland, potentially the circling approach there. So do check that out. We've got a couple of days there, and also we've got some other stuff going on in the background, some content I'm going to be pre-recording with a couple of things coming up soon. If you've not already hit subscribe, don't forget to do so. Click that subscribe button down below and join us as a frequent flyer. And don't forget to give the video, the live stream today, a little like before you head off. Thanks to everybody who flew along. Thanks to JustFlight as well, of course. and Headwind for creating the A330-900 mod for the sim, the freeware mod that we've used today. Hope to see you all tomorrow. The route and everything will go onto Discord in due course, and a thumbnail for the scheduled live stream tomorrow will be set up in the next sort of half an hour or so as well. In the meantime though, guys, as always, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for being with us, and see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and take care.